Hi guys, I wanted to do a quick video. So I don't have an actual office desk. This is where I usually sit and do my work. So I wanted to give a few yoga options for sort of chair, desk setup, just some easy stretches you could do if you're working from home or whatever your setup is. So this is usually the shape that most of us are in and we don't really realize it. So anything we can do to open up the chest is going to be good. So interlace your hands, spin your palms forward, and then inhale, stretch your arms up. And really push the palms up towards the ceiling, lengthen the spine, and take a couple big breaths. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, lean to the right. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lean to the left. And then inhale, come up. So you've got a couple options for a big chest opener. The more accessible option is to scoot forward in your chair, interlace your hands, and open the chest this way. If you want a little bit more more of an intense stretch, then I'm going to put my arms above the top of the chair, scoot forward, and straighten the arms. So really puff your chest open, pull your belly back, squeeze your arms. This can be a lot, so take some deep breaths. Last breath. And then release. So scoot a little bit away from your desk or your table and cross your right ankle over your left thigh. So this will be a nice hip stretch. You can lean forward, just sort of rest your forearms on the table. You can even rest your head and take a few breaths here. A couple more breaths. Good, and then come up and you'll switch sides. So left ankle over right thigh. See how my spine's nice and long? Keep your spine long and then just hinge forward. You can rest your elbows or head. Some of you might be up a little bit higher, that's fine too, but you'll rest your head or rest in any way you can, and just you'll feel a nice stretch in the outer left hip here. Let's take a few more breaths. Last big breath. Come all the way up. And then just sit on your chair. Bring your right hand outside your left knee. Hook your left hand on the back of the chair and just take a nice twist. So you're turning to the left. You can go the other way first, either way. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, pull on your left leg, pull on the chair, and turn. One more breath. And then switch to the other side. So left hand outside of right knee. Hook your right hand on the chair. Inhale, sit up. Get nice and tall. Exhale, pull with your arms and turn. 2 more breaths. Good. And you can go ahead and unwind. So if you stand up and kind of move your chair out of the way, you can bring, let's go this way, bring your right leg up on the chair first. I'm a big fan of side bends. It just kind of frees up the lungs and the chest so that you're not sitting so crouched over your desk. So you can rest your right forearm on your thigh, or you can kind of hold onto the chair or the desk and put your left hand behind your head. And the work, instead of rounding forward, is to try to spin open a little bit. You can keep your hand on your hip if that's more comfortable, or put it behind your head. Just take a couple breaths. last 2. And then keep your right foot on the chair. I'm just going to turn to square my hips to the chair, and you can fold over that right thigh, kind of like a little bit of a lunge in the front leg. And, you know, depending your chair seat, you can hold on to the bottom of the chair. You can walk your hands further. Just take a couple breaths. And then come up. We'll do the other side. So left foot on the chair. Rest your arm, put your hand on the desk. And then spin your chest open or put your hand behind your head. So we're trying to open up this whole side body. Just take a few moments. Hand can stay on hip if you prefer. Last 2 breaths. And then you undo, turn to square your hips toward the chair. Fold over your left thigh. Grab the chair seat if you can. Just take a little forward fold. Great, so you'll want to move your chair out of the way. This is going to be another chest, shoulder stretch. This will a little bit depend how tall your desk is, but you can make it happen. This is a little bit short. I often will do this on my counter. That's a little taller, but either way it works. So you put your elbows on the front of the desk or the table, and then see how I'm walking my feet back. My feet are going to be under my hips. And then palms together, you're going to drop your head in front of the table or the desk like so. And then you really let your chest sink. You can stay here or you can bend your elbows like I'm doing and touch your thumbs to the back of your spine. And just really breathe. This can be tricep stretch, shoulder, chest stretch. It's one of my favorites, so breathe deeply. Couple more moments. Come out slowly. And then pull the chair up. Have a seat. So, another common thing sitting, typing all day, even just our cell phones, is the forearms and the wrists get really tight. So there's some stretches you can do. Depending how you're seated, I'll probably prefer to stand. That you flip your palms, see my fingers face me, and try to put my hands on the desk, and then I'll just try to sit back a little bit, bend my knees, and you'll get a nice stretch on the underside of the forearms. So just take some breaths here. I'm trying to keep my hand down, so they want to lift. You want to try to keep the palms down and just breathe. We'll flip into the other side. So put the backs of your hands down. Try to keep the backs of your hands down. Bend your knees a little. Sit like a little bit of a squat. Stretch the top of your forearms. And come all the way up. So you've got a couple options. The other tightness we get from sitting so much is our hip flexors. And so your first step could be, you're just gonna hook your foot, that's right on the top of my chair, and if you move the chair back a little, you see that'll open here. Those of you that can, you can bend this leg more, reach back. You've got the table here for balance to just give yourself a little bit of a thigh stretch, however much you want. Just take a couple breaths. Open the thigh again, you could keep your foot on the chair. Make sure you switch sides. So other foot on the top of the chair, reach back, pull the foot in, thigh stretch. A few breaths. Great, and then have a seat. So final piece I would add is just to take several deep breaths. Seated, calmly. before you go back into your work. So you can rest your hands on the desk or on your thighs. Sit up tall, close your eyes for just a second. Soften your jaw, soften your face. And just take a few more deep breaths in through the nose. Deep breaths out of the nose. Let's do 2 more like that. So inhale deeply. Exhale fully. 1 more breath. Slowly blink, eyes open. So it's a nice little desk chair break that you can do. Start your day, in the middle of your day, at the end of the day, but it's good to get up and move a little bit. So hope you guys are doing well. Bye.